Do you dream of getting rich from YouTube? Having them pay all your bills? Well, if that's the case, in this video I'm gonna break down everything it took for me to get paid and what you can expect to make your first check off of YouTube. Now, I'm doing this video not to discourage anybody, but really for you to be realistic and understand exactly what you're getting yourself into. Because at the end of the day, I'm the most successful YouTuber that I know. That's not for me to brag or, to stunt. I'm just stating the fact. Out of everybody that I know who does YouTube, I'm by far the most successful. I've met a couple people who are more successful than me, that have more subscribers, but I didn't know any of them in real life. The people I know who are very successful were already putting the work in and doing videos long before I met them in person. But as far as people that I know who started like I did, the most successful I think has like 500 subscribers, and that's the max. Everybody is under that, maybe 100-200. And then the vast majority don't even have 100. They're still trying to get to their first 100 subscribers as we speak. So it's not easy for the average person. And a lot of these people are super talented, very skilled, highly intelligent, but it's not so simple. Now, as for me, I finally just got paid for the first time from YouTube videos, but understand how much time and work it took. I got my first check after 9 years of posting. Exactly. I started almost a decade ago. My first post was February 2016, and I finally got my first check from YouTube January of 2025. So it took 9 years. This was after 284 videos. It took 1,688 subscribers and 346,000 views for me to get my first check, and the check was for $100. Now, to be fair, I started making music on my channel first, so my first 100 videos was all about my music. And for you to understand, that's one of the things that'll discourage you, because my music, a lot of it was getting copyright strikes and I couldn't monetize it. I didn't make any money from the majority of my first 100 posts because I don't own the beats. And this is why I slowed down with making the music. So for you to understand, first you gotta find the music, the beats you wanna rap over, then you have to think of the song, you gotta write out the song, then you gotta record it. Once it's recorded, you gotta clean it up and edit it, then send it to an engineer to mix and master it. You might have to wait weeks or months for that to come back. You have to design artwork for the album. You gotta come up with the track list. If you wanna shoot any visuals, which you should, to promote it, now you gotta get a videographer. You gotta come up with the idea for the video, hire the people, coordinate the cast, then wait for the videographer to edit the video, which also takes weeks and sometimes months depending on how busy they are. So it's a lot of work. All of that for you to finally come with a finished product. You put your album online, and then YouTube is like, oh, you can't monetize that. We're not gonna let you make any money because there's a copyright strike or because there's a sample in the music. And just like that, all that work, you're not gonna make nothing. Now, I do all of this stuff for the love of it. I would make music just like I would make these fam videos of my travels to Africa, whether I get any money from it or not, because I love what I do. So at the end of the day, I don't have a big problem not making any money from it, because I would do it for free anyway. My problem is, if I do all of this work and put it online just for you to say you can't make any money from it, but whatever money you would have made, we're gonna send it to the person who owns the copyright. Absolutely not. I'm not having it. I'm not putting in all that time, work, and effort for somebody I don't even know to make all of my money, man. So that's why I slowed down with the music. I haven't stopped, but I have to approach it in a smarter way, because I'm not finna give all my money away to a stranger at the end of the day. Now, even as far as my fam videos, those, I have far less problems with the copyright strikes. But if I'm in a club or some type of music is caught on the camera, the copyright will catch that. So literally, I've shot and edited an hour-long video, and then for 30 seconds of music, YouTube would be like, you can't monetize that. All the revenue is gonna go to the person who owns that song. So that's crazy, but there's ways around that, and it's much easier for me to edit that out, alter it, so that I can monetize the video. And that's why I've been a lot more focused on the fam travel videos, man, because I at least see some of the reward from my effort and work, Now, the bottom line, if you don't love what you're doing, whatever you decide to post on YouTube, you're probably not gonna last. That's what I've seen with the majority of the people that I say started their channels and only got to the hundreds, or never even got to their first 100. They did it for a while, they would do it for a minute and then stop, take a break, then they'll come back for a while. It wouldn't be as successful as they wanted, and then they would stop again. The people that I see who are in the thousands and actually monetize and making money, they are consistent. You have to keep doing it even when it's not successful, even when you don't feel like it. The bottom line, again, that just boils down to it has to be your passion. Just like the music that I make, just like me traveling to Africa, I'm gonna do that regardless, whether I ever get a penny from that or not, because I love making music and because I want to live in Africa one day. So I started the travels just to experience different cultures in Africa and for me to see which country would be best for me to move to. I just decided to record it because I'm like, I might as well let people see what it's really like. So at the end of the day, again, it's a passion of mine that I was gonna do regardless, which is why I have continued to do it even when it wasn't all that successful. That's the type of love you have to have for whatever project that you're gonna put on YouTube, man. It has to be something that you love and passionate about enough that even when you ain't getting a lot of views, even when you ain't getting no money, because look how long it took for me to get money, you still gonna keep doing it. And if you keep that up and you persistent, eventually it will pay off and you will see some profit. But it might take a long time. Along the way, YouTube has given me some little bullshit incentives, to be honest. It wasn't all that great. I got a small Domino's pizza. They gave me $9 coupon at Taco Bell. I just got a $15 coupon at Chipotle. One time they gave me a free movie ticket, but that didn't even work, low key. So YouTube, y'all kind of owe me a trip to the movies. Now, some of the perks was actually cool. I remember once they gave me a month free subscription to the masterclass. So that was actually beneficial. That helped a lot. And then I got 6 months free of YouTube Premium where I didn't have to watch any ads and all that. That was pretty dope too. But at the end of the day, I would rather have money, man. Like with money, I can buy all the Chipotle and Domino's and Taco Bell that I want. I could pay for my own subscription. So yeah, the perks is nice. They don't hurt, but give me some cash. I meet so many people, young and old, talking about getting rich off YouTube, saying that this is what they want to do full time. And it sounds good, but in reality, it's a minority that's actually doing it. The vast majority of the people on here are just supporting YouTube. So keep in mind, this is a pimp-ho relationship. Don't ever get that twisted. And to keep it a buck, I'm the hoe in this relationship, man. Like, YouTube is definitely pimping me because I'm doing all the work. I'm attracting the viewers, bringing eyes to their commercials, getting them ad revenue, and they are making the majority of the money. They only throwing me a couple pennies at the end of the day that's left over. You know what I'm saying? Throwing me some scraps to keep me coming back. The same way a pimp is gonna buy the hoe some nice dresses, get their hair done, buy them some jewelry, make sure they look good. They just giving them enough so that they can go out there and get more money for them. So keep in mind from the beginning, it's not designed for you to be successful. You can be successful if you're persistent and hard working and you love what you're doing, but the average person is not going to keep it up long enough to actually see some real results and rewards from it. So don't get discouraged by what I'm saying. My whole point in making this is for you to be realistic. So this should help you plan out how you should approach YouTube to be realistic in terms of if you even want to still try this in the first place. Personally, I suggest you focus on a backup plan or a plan B, basically something that's going to pay your bills and hold you over until your channel is successful. I recommend you basically treat it as a hobby. You do it in your free time, but you do not quit your job to do this full time. You do not jeopardize reliable income for something that may or may not pay off in the long run. And even when you finally do get paid, it fluctuates. Some weeks, some months are better than others. Some months I get a decent amount of money in view, and then the next month it might go way down. So it's not consistent and it definitely ain't reliable. So like I say, I strongly suggest you have a backup plan or something that's gonna pay your bills while you pursuing this. Or if this sounds like it's too much for you to deal with, then I suggest you pivot and make a new plan, because this ain't for everybody. For the people who still gonna continue in their quest for YouTube, best of luck to you. Hopefully I helped you in some way. Everybody who's helped my channel get to where it is, much love, all the gratitude in the world. I can't thank y'all enough for every donation, every super chat. All of it is helping me keep it going, because it ain't easy, man. You see how much work I put into it for this little bit of pay. So end of the day, I'm not gonna stop regardless of what I make or don't make, because I'm doing this out of love. But that's a little advice for you in case you are doing it just to get rich, because the average person, it's just not gonna happen at the end of the day. Like I say, man, best of luck to you. I hope you're successful, and until the next time, peace.